guys. This episode is going to be about generational curses. There are...
music.
Right.
Cute music. Yeah, but generational curses. Kind of like just discussing them. Like, what do y'all think about them?
Well, this is going to be so much better than you
not Jamil. Joshua actually looked it up.
So, because I want to know what actually
Webster.
Generational curse. I'm a Google baby too. Mm-hmm. Google everything. But the definition for a generational curse is a habit or behavior that has been passed from one generation to the next in total.
Okay.
But we kind of switched out curses and replaced it with habits because I feel like habits is like a better term.
Habit is the...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We'll just call it like the appropriate answer.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, they also say that addiction, mental illness, and physical illness are also...
Yeah, I want to touch on that because that's like...
Physical illness? What's like a physical?
Well, you know, some stuff is hereditary. So...
Hypertension, heart disease, cancer.
Oh, okay.
They also...
Okay.
That's a generational curse for real, and it's like inevitable.
I don't want cancer. I didn't want to be born to have cancer. Ooh, that sounded so insane.
Girl, you just went from what?
I mean, I was just gonna go with like the high blood pressure, like damn, like
my family got that too. Well, my family has cancer, so it runs your family.
Just make sure you stay on top of your doctor's visit.
Jamel trying to wrap it up.
She's trying to read the record.
Just make sure you stay on top of your doctor's visit.
Jamel.
It's just because y'all, this type of stuff they be telling me at work. Literally, I be talking about. What you want me to say? What do I say?
Like, oh girl, that's bad.
I be instantly stressed out. Like what? Okay.
Anyways,
So we have Joshua's idea of what a generational curse is. What do you personally think it is?
I think it's just. We kind of touched on it earlier.
Girl, stop talking about earlier. This is a new episode.
But it's just like passed down trauma.
I'm here with you.
That's the best way I can say it. It's passed down trauma. But they don't know it's trauma. We know it's trauma because we recognize it as trauma.
That's a good...
But at one point, did you, it took time to recognize it.
Oh, yeah.
At first, it was like
until
day-to-day.
I started therapy that I realized what I thought was normal was
you don't
actually
know that's trauma. You're just like, that's normal.
Absolutely, 100%. And it'd be like the littlest things. I get so triggered so easily. And it makes sense. My generational curse makes sense why I have issues when it comes to men.
Oh, yeah. Wait, was that one of the questions? What's your generational curse? What you say?
I hope not.
A lot of questions. We could just keep going. Sprinkle it on there. What are we talking about?
Well, just to not get too in depth to it, but basically, generational curse. I've been disappointed by every man in my life. That the instant I don't allow a man to get to the point to where they can disappoint me again. That's why I keep.
I was gonna say, do you think it's expected at this point?
Yes.
Like you expect a man in your life.
Every man has disappointed me. No. So I keep them. I'll let you in, but not to the point. That's why, I don't ask a man to do nothing for me because the minute you tell me
very
no,
independent.
The minute you tell me no or you tell me yes and then you don't come through, you disappoint me.
Yeah.
So I just get it done myself.
You're very independent. You're very get up, go, do it myself. I ain't gotta worry about it.
But then when a man does it for me, I'm very appreciative.
Are you shocked? Is
it
still a shock value?
Yes. Yes, very much so. Like when you give me flowers. Like when you give me flowers, I love that. You make me feel important. Yes. She loves me so much. Because you make me feel important when you do. Because like you said, hey, I saw these flowers, I thought of you. Oh my God. No man has ever done that. So, thank you, Josh. But yeah, that's just a snippet of therapy. That'll make you discover some shit like that.
That'll do it.
I would have never. I've just been like, these niggas ain't shit and blah, 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 blah.
Right, and that's why I feel
it's
passed down trauma.
Yeah.
I totally 100%. Agree with that.
And when you're obviously the first man to disappoint you, which would have been my dad. After that, so you go and search for someone who's not going to disappoint you. Then you find a man, they disappoint you.
Let's touch on that. Okay, so you think, you have past trauma from just like men in your life. Do you think you purposely go to search for another man that's going to prove him wrong? Or do you think you just have run into that and it's just like, damn, you're proving me wrong?
So it's crazy. So it's funny because with my last 2 relationships, they started out completely different people than how we ended.
Oh, nigga.
So they were doing things. They didn't lead me to disappoint me.
They came out of nowhere. Like what?
It was when real shit happened.
Yeah.
Is where they let me down. That's where the disappointment.
Hey, hold on. Time out. You sound like fucking Willow. Yeah. Girl, this is not the round table, red table. Yeah, that's exactly what she just said. But no, I felt like you felt that.
I did.
I'm gonna do you one better. Jesus.
Y'all know.
Jesus.
Okay.
So it's
Sing.
I'm honestly okay. I'm not saying that they have to be perfect every time. I just need it to where it counts, you come through. And every time I need it to count, they don't. They drop the ball. And that's every time. Even perfect example is Brandon. I love you, Brandon. I do. But I had asked him to help me move like the TV or something. Made a whole plan for it.
You very planned out.
Made a whole plan when to come through, when to do it, how we gonna do it, blah 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 blah. He overslept. Now I don't have a problem with
jobs.
I don't have a problem with that because I do know he has a 10 billion jobs, but it was the fact that you offered. Yeah. We've made the schedule.
Yeah.
I confirmed with you the day before, and then when it counts, which is when it was time to move shit, you didn't show.
I got you.
And I understand that with you because I feel like whatever I tell you, I literally have to come through on for.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like that anyway, so that's a bad example. Never mind. I'm like, ooh, I said it. Can I get out of this?
And you can. With me, I feel like you can.
It depends on what it is.
I need you to be accountable for it. If you're not gonna come, that's totally fine. But I also need you to be like, hey, I know we were supposed to do this. I'm sorry, something came up, or I'm sorry, I overslept. I need the accountability to come forward, and then I'll be like, you know what? Okay, cool.
And be mad as hell moving your teeth.
I might be mad as hell, but I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna say nothing because you apologized for it. You was accountable. Like, hey, I messed up. Whatever. You acknowledge that. We can move forward.
You're such a good woman to somebody.
Now we don't went to.
You'd be such a good woman to somebody.
I'm confused.
This ain't got nothing to do with me.
I'm confused, man.
I'm laughing with you. Take off your gloves.
I'm confused.
Trigger.
I'm about to go. I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, you feel attacked?
I was laughing because it was random. Not that I disagree. You're a great wife to me, obviously. We know that. But
they're going to start asking for details.
I'm not. After you call me Nubs, it might be a problem.
So Jamel was supposed to go get her nails.
I had a problem, guys.
That's why she's sitting with her hands between her.
I had some issues, some altercations.
She was one of them
I'm not in jail.
We're going to get it fixed. We're going to get it fixed.
It's handled.
And moving on. Any other questions you have for the congregation?
Do y'all believe that you have more generational curses on your mom or dad's side?
Mom.
I only know my mom's side, so yes. I'm gonna say mom. I'm pretty sure there's some shit with my dad's side because they don't fuck with that side.
For a reason. So it's like why y'all
they don't fuck.
You know, black people are real close knit with their trauma.
Okay, so let me tell you.
Don't talk about that shit outside of my house.
So let me tell you that. So my dad's side of the family, they all grew up together. We hear stories about it all the time. And now none of them talk to each other.
Something happened.
And don't nobody know
something major happened.
No,
and now they
talk about it.
And now they like clicked up. So there's like certain groups that talk to certain groups, and then they'll tell other people. There's one person out the group that talks to everybody. That person go and relay a message, and then we find out, and then I find out because my daddy be ear hustling. He finds out, and I be like, well, wait. well, wait, well, who is this and what is this? And then he'd be like,
oh,
well,
you never met before.
Nobody.
Who is this? I got a cousin.
Because from my knowledge, all like I refer to them as like the ancestors, but they're all have passed.
The older generation.
But they're the ones who actually like kept the family together. Yeah. So now that it's
older people are always gonna they want to do Sunday.
But as everybody get older, they kind of train towards that. You don't think so?
I do, but
it gets lost in translation. Because we start doing like my mom's side of the family. We grew up like we was literally together every day, every weekend at somebody's tournament, at somebody's game, at somebody's church.
Clarification, that's the Hispanic side.
This is the Hispanic side. But then the hierarchies, they passed away. Oh. And then we got older and now it
fall off.
Yeah. Like
my grandma's like there. Like, she wants you to have dinner every Sunday and she's like, well, I'm tired of it at my house. And we're like, well, who else is gonna go to?
Yeah.
This you.
Exactly.
It's no one else is gonna pick up that ball. So it's like you.
But I always say this. It's crazy. I actually journaled about it the other day. I journaled about it on Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
I did it Saturday morning. So it's crazy. It was like, I don't know. I was journaling about it, but I'm so like I grew up with us being so close as a family that I have like at my age recognized that like I want that like from Jazz being with their family all the time and like now I'm with Jamil's family like all the time. But it's because like I don't like our family doesn't have that anymore. But I want that. Like I would love to host like a Thanksgiving, a Christmas, like oh my God, totally would do that.
It's a catch-22.
Man, I would like
decorations. Walking this
Halloween every year at my house? Yes, please. Yes, please.
Because
I would say that my generational curse, I would say they're deeper on my father's side. They deal with a lot of mental illness and colorism. Real bad. Because on that side they have a lot of white in it and they real mixed up over there. But on my mom's side, the generational curses are like normal nigga curses.
What's a normal nigga curse?
Crazy. Like you
crazy, but don't tell nobody. Don't talk about it.
Hold your shit. We don't go to therapists around here.
Oh my God, I hate that.
My mom literally told me when I told her I was going to therapy, why are you paying a therapist when you could talk to me?
Yeah,
just talk to me. I'll fix all of it. You can pay me.
No, you can't, baby. You can't.
You're the reason. Not the reason, but you're a part of it.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, we did last Sunday. Yeah. But my dad said the same thing. When I told him I was going to start therapy, he was like, well, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Don't talk about that.
Well, what you be saying?
So it went from what's wrong
about
Why would I tell you?
It went from what's wrong with you to like, so what you tell the therapist about me? Do you want to know the truth? Well, how about I come and sit in on a session? Do you
want to? Want that.
Do you really want to?
No.
Because that requires some of your skeletons to come out as well, and some of your acknowledgement.
And they're not gonna like that. Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like being told. Like, I feel like a lot of the older generation can see where they're wrong, but they don't like being told they're wrong and told how to fix it.
And I think they're like that because it comes from us, and we're younger, and we're like
the audience, or the delivery,
and it's our delivery too. I'm assuming.
What do you feel your generational curse that passed on to you picked up? Mom, dad, mom.
So I can say like generally.
Don't talk about James.
Girl.
I can't talk about Kenny. You can't talk about James.
Generally, my dad's side of the.
Don't say that.
You're not gonna get nothing. I'm the beneficiary, honey.
Baby, little do you know.
I'm sleeping with her too. So double win. If you or your dad.
What?
You or your dad. Yeah.
What?
Yo.
Forget.
Bitch, bye. Bitch, bye.
You know it's still Cinco de Mayo weekend. Anyway.
Bitch, no, it's not a weekend. It's a day. Y'all be.
It's a weekend.
Black people always trying to.
Black people, it's more than
Now she not black. Oh.
Right. Your daddy black, you black. Anyway,
please.
I think like generally though, a lot of family, I say curses or things like that would come from my dad's side. But my mom raised me, like I was single mom, whatever. And I think a lot of curses that she didn't know that maybe I won't even say curses, habits.
Yes.
That she didn't know that she started might have come from there.
Yeah,
so it's like personal habits
Yeah.
that affect my personality or the way I move came from my mom, and then things that just like picked up on, like that's the family, baby. Like y'all know we drink a lot. That's like from my dad's side, like the general.
I would say I can tell that you're raised by your mom and that single mom mentality because you're very independent. You're a very independent person.
It's like
you like, oh, you ain't.
Say less.
That is her.
It is her.
That is so her.
It comes from my mom just being independent, but it also comes from. I mean, I'm not gonna say like my dad wasn't reliable, but it's like a point where it's like you can only get told so many times, like, oh, you know, something's gonna happen and it doesn't. So
True.
how I started thinking mentally, just for anybody, I'm not asking anybody for anything. As long as I got 2 legs, 2 arms, and I can do it, I'm gonna do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I do hate that I'm that way at some points, but it's just like as long as I can do it, I'm gonna try to do it and try to get it from me. Like I'm not gonna try to depend. I'm never gonna want to depend on anybody, which I do. I want to have a soft girl life, y'all.
Oh my God.
But
Yes.
neither one of y'all like that, which is funny.
But that's what it was so crazy. I was
Yeah.
telling my boss, I was like, I'm so tired of being like the strong woman. I'm so exhausted. Like just
it's hard.
It's like another job. You always, I want to be in a soft girl. You want to take care of it? Please do.
It's hard though because it's like
done.
I tell Chris to do something, like Chris to do something, and I'll be like, "But did you do it this way?" And then I'll be feeling it. I'm like, I can't let him hold the reins, and I'm in the back like, "But did you do it this way?" Like, it's hard.
But did you turn like
did you
this?
turn at 0.2
exactly
meters from the sun? It's hard, but it's just like it's
a work in progress.
generational habit.
It is.
It's a habit that you just picked up on. And it's like, I mean, I saw my mom do that for 18 years of her life, my life. So it's like,
and mine would be like the biggest thing that, and my siblings are like this too. My mom was like, she would get married and get divorced. Like my mom been married like 5 times. Sorry, mom.
My dad
a little
too.
personal. But she's been married like 5 times, and what my mom would say to us is that if a nigga ain't paying no bills and ain't helping out, the nigga gotta go. So in my head, and we talked about this before on last show I was on, like it ain't shit for me to be like, it's been real, it's been fun.
right? You don't want it to seem like I'm using you for anything, but if you're not beneficial to me, I can kind of do it by myself, maybe.
And that's probably because we both, like all of us have actually like done it ourselves. Like, it's crazy how like we all kind of have the same thing, but our stories are different. Cause my story of like why I'm so independent is because it was like if I don't do it, nobody else is gonna get it. Cause it was the same thing, empty promises. Like, okay, or I'm going to like other people and other family members outside of my parents to get the shit that I need.
That's me.
And I don't ever want to feel like that ever again in my life. Like, I can't.
I do something to me that I already ask you for something.
Yes.
And I don't know why. You know, some people are just natural askers. Like, they're going to be like, oh, well, girl, can you do... I can't do
it's hard for me.
It hurts my heart.
It's hard for me.
It hurts my heart to ask.
I love a person that see and do for me.
I will eat an iced chip sandwich before I ask somebody for a lunch.
What?
I'm gonna be hungry.
What?
She said what?
I'm over here eating ice. What you doing? Girl, just got done eating. Full.
Chicken.
Full.
Jamel asks me all the time, what you have for dinner? Noodles?
Baby.
Apple.
I did have apple slices last week, but I did cook, but
Water.
that was my snack.
Water. pH real good.
But yeah, like it's just like I can't. I just growing up, I just.
But it's like a therapy session because the deeper you look into it, it's not like you are purposely out here like I'm gonna wake up independent today.
Yeah, no.
It's literally learned behavior. It's literally just like what you've seen everybody else do and what you don't want to do.
It's kind of like you're like a, oh my God, what is it? Like a victim of your circumstances kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
like, this happened and I need to do everything in my power to make sure that I'm never in that position again.
Do you think it'll still happen? Like it's inevitable it's still gonna happen?
I mean, it's possible.
Like alcoholism or like high blood pressure. Like, do you think that? I'm not gonna lie. Like I do have some type of worry sometimes where I'll be like, you need to cut Cut it back.
Oh, you're doing too much.
My family, they are drinkers. And a couple of my family members do suffer from, over drinking or alcoholism.
Indulging a little too much.
And I'm always on that fence, like, because it was at that point, like, I ain't gonna lie, when James had that red blazer.
Now she reminiscing.
But I'm just saying, like, it's a point where, like, I feel like everybody in my family has had their time.
Yes.
And I don't know, like, it's like, I don't want to purposely be like, is your time coming? Are you gonna be like them? Do you cut back now? Do you try to stop? But it's like you're having a good time. I don't drink and get crazy.
You do it with man. Like, I've been drunk with you a
it's
few
hard.
times.
It's like I don't want to fall into it. So it's like you overthink it, but then it's like, it's a thing. Like you've seen it affect so many people.
I will say when I was in, my father struggled with alcoholism and other drugs, of course, but when I was working at Drive Time and I was married at this point, I would go home and drink whiskey straight, like a glass of whiskey every night and be fucked up, like every fucking night. And then I was doing dumb stuff when I was drunk, like fucking up cars and shit. Like I went through that whole spell, and then I went to therapy actually. And I was like, damn, like I'm coping. I'm like
I'm doing the wrong thing.
My job was miserable. I was miserable in my relationship and where I was at, and I was like drunk all the fucking time.
I do have those thoughts too, because like I'll be stressed at like work and I'll be like, oh my god, I cannot wait to get home and drink wine.
I don't feel like
that bad.
But when it's like every day,
no,
because at one point in time it was like every day, and I was like, I gotta chill.
No, if wine turned into liquor,
because you ain't got nothing else in your house.
It ain't hard enough. I'm upset. Let me walk in and take a shot.
Like, if it turned to liquor. Now look, I have had a time where I done had a rough day, y'all, and I would go sit at a bar. I'm gonna go order. I done been at Texas Girl House. I'm gonna order some food for me to go.
Good place to go.
Hey baby, I was at that bar. I was like, can I get a drink?
I'm a little heavy. It's been rough.
But I feel like even if it's every day,
it don't need to be.
I feel like it's a lot, because expectation when you hear somebody say, "Oh, you drink every day," that's a lot. But that may not be a lot to you. You may have one drink every day. I feel like you gotta just kind of know your limit, and you gotta know how you feel about it. Like if you're okay with having a drink every day, that's not affecting you majorly. Like you're still able to get some shit done.
It's called functional alcoholism, though.
Oh. That's true. Yeah, I was gonna say, but you say that, but it's just it's the same. Because it goes hand in hand, because people say, you can say the same thing about drugs, but like they say, cigarettes are a gateway drug to weed, which is a gateway drug to whatever. Which is a gateway. So it's the same thing. Oh yeah.
Not no gateway drugs to no weed. That's a gateway drug to crack.
Cigarettes?
Yes.
No, it's not.
That is
crack is a gateway drug to heroin.
Heroin. I love it.
Are we doing dope or we doing big dope? Which one?
Big dope.
Big dope.
Big dope, baby.
Big dope.
It's ghetto here.
Y'all, TikTok will never fail.
Bruh.
TikTok
please don't get in it. Whatever you do.
In the ghetto. No,
they didn't have some age requirements on that though. But
they really do.
Right,
they do be really inappropriate. But
everybody in there with no underwear on. Bitch, what is you doing? These dances not even dances.
Okay, y'all. Do y'all feel like if y'all had to just think real hard, do you feel like you're living a generational curse or habit right now?
Probably.
No, I feel like at this point, I feel like I was when things were going wrong. I was resorting to those behaviors. Also, I'm a child that had to rely on somebody outside of my actual parents to take care of me.
Yes.
And so in that situation, I was like, I don't want to go back to my mom's place, and I want to stay here. So I was like an example of a perfect child. Mm-hmm. And so I was old enough, and then I came out gay. And as soon as I figured out I'm paying my own bills, I don't need nobody, I came out gay. So I just feel like I had to rely on people for so long that I will never rely on anybody again. I felt that way. I'm older now. Now I'm like, now I'm more like I don't need to do that. But I really feel like now that I get older, if I was to have a child or something, all these relationships that I would need my village to raise my child.
Yeah.
And we already talked about that in months, 2 weeks. I get the baby for 2 weeks. You get the baby for holidays, and Josh keep the kids for months.
Yeah, I'll take all holidays.
We rotate. So we gotta have all our kids together. And then we gonna just rotate the car seats.
Period.
Girl, what you get this little car this year for?
We can't fit all 3 babies. We can't fit all 3 babies in this bitch.
But I definitely feel like I used to.
And they be like, no car seat. I'll be like, no.
He's sitting in the front. He the only one.
He got his seatbelt on.
He's sitting in the front.
The foot.
He stand up. It's okay.
I'm the best babysitter.
We're not gonna make it on Friday.
He is. Okay.
All my kids.
But I feel like I'm not living it anymore, but I definitely used to. I feel like I'm
it's pretty much the same. Like, I was living probably in a generational curse, and it wasn't until I acknowledged that it was very unhealthy and a generational curse that I decided to.
Well, damn.
Yeah. What do you feel like you?
I feel like the generational curse that I'm living in is, like I just said, though, like the independence kick.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still living in it, and I don't necessarily want to. Okay. But it's just like,
how to
stop it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, again, I don't want to be, heavy is the head that wears the crown, y'all. I don't want to be responsible for, I don't want to make decisions.
Wake up and
for real.
You want me to put
especially if you've been making
I make decisions at work.
Yes.
And it's like, and again,
or even at such a young age,
it's never the lack thereof. Like, it's not like my husband or like my support does not want to do it. It's the independence in me that's like, I will do it before you say you'll do it.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's like, I don't want to do that.
You said you're gonna do it this time, but I want it done at this time.
And that's me, y'all. That's me.
You have to release that to let them do that. And that's a whole process itself.
Because they don't fail a couple of times before they get it right. But it's something that you've been doing forever. And that be the hard part.
Yeah.
Because it's something as simple as like, oh, you cook, you clean the kitchen. And it's like, you cleaned it, but did you clean it? Like, we didn't.
Oh, girl, give it up.
No, because it's like, I'm still looking at cheese stuck to this stuff.
Like, that ain't how, but it's the it's like,
it be the effort. And we always say
it's hard. It's hard. And it's like, it literally is something that I do want to work on. I know it's like mid-year, but it's something I do want to work on.
We're working on ourselves daily.
Yeah, but that is one that I feel like I'm living in. Other things that just happen, like, you know, like a lot of people, black people have financial issues, or like you said, alcoholism or health problems. Y'all know I go to the doctor for any little thing.
She does.
We're at the doctor.
Every week, this bitch is at the dentist, doctor.
I have to have all of my teeth.
I'm staying.
A generational person, I will say, like with black people that I've seen, just from other people's families, they don't go to the doctor. The dentist is not important. My mom, I'm thankful for my mom. She started me at the dentist.
Kenny.
Baby, we go to the dentist every 6 months. We go to the doctor for our annual physical. We go to the OB for your annual physical or whatever you do. If you don't feel good.
I will say I pay health insurance, and I always say I would say I haven't been to the actual doctor in about a year.
Oh, that's normal.
But but if I get sick, if I cough too hard, I go to the ER.
Baby, because I just asked for
Dead ass.
I just asked for some Lexapro because
you did say you was gonna ask.
You did say that last time.
Did they write it?
She was like, well, I don't want to give it to you just right now because I don't want you to be relying on drugs and you're okay.
Girl,
so what do I need to do for you to write it? Because at this point, I'll make an appointment next week and come back.
I'm gonna go to. I'll be seeing little ads online where they say they give it to you with no doctor. So,
ma'am,
what is Lexapro?
Anxiety medication.
Oh, okay.
My coworker be saying her daughter be in the background. She be like this.
Jamil be zen.
What? Y'all can see her on this bitch smiling.
But you already got that personality. It seems like nothing bothers you really. Like it bothers you, but you be like,
no, it bothers you. If you know Jamil, you'll know when she's bothered.
But you know, I worked so hard to not let people see that.
I don't see it.
Which is why you have to know her.
Until we just got on the phone with her about her nails. And she hung up.
But I mean,
perfect. There was a perfect scenario a couple days ago that I was like, it's time to go. No, I was like, it's time to go. You could just tell, but you have to know Jamil.
It is. I love it.
I've worked very hard to not to try to remain calm in all situations. I know it's hard, and I know like sometimes I don't, but I'm working hard towards that.
She is. I'll give her credit.
And also, I want to say that when I was at the point where I was giving up complete control of my like financials and all that, I feel like it was abused and used against me. And so that one time that I actually was in a position where I gave up control and of everything, and I was vulnerable and open, it was used against me, and I was like, in that relationship, it was like. Yeah, it wasn't very good, and I felt like a lesser person of myself, and I was like very hurt about it. So I would say, but I'm a lover, so going forward, I have no problem giving up control, but it was really hard bouncing back from that traumatic experience.
Yeah. Same, absolutely, and I think you have to take like the necessary steps and time to get through that, to get back to a place where you're even wanting to be vulnerable again. With those certain obstacles.
Yeah.
It's hard. It might, and if there's no set time frame, I know people are like in such a rush to be, you know, back into themselves, which is great, obviously, but you know, still allow yourself the time that you need to be
it's
you.
It's still hard. I think if like you can have a moral of the story type thing, it's no timeline on anything for your life.
No.
And it's hard because people compare themselves to a lot of people. At this age, you should be here.
Be this,
my mom was doing this at this age.
Yes.
Like, no, cut all of that out.
Yeah.
My parents had a house who was real stable at this age. A big house, pool in the backyard.
Baby, y'all better be glad that house is the grass is cut, okay? Like
I ain't got no apartment right now.
Not you homeless.
It's tough, but we just talked about that too. They were having kids at 18.
They could also afford probably kids at 18.
Groceries too high to have children right now.
Groceries, gas. Y'all, I went to Chick-fil-A last night. Why was my shit $12? For a combo. A combo.
Oh, I went to what's that called? Whataburger. It was $24.
What you got from?
Like shit is too high. See, I can't feed 2 people right now.
Y'all, do y'all know that like when you literally, I ask Chris like, oh, what you want? I'm like,
damn. Don't do that.
Because at Chick-fil-A, he don't just want no little A count.
No, I hope he gets 2 A counts.
He want an A count in a sandwich, and I'd be like, damn.
Yes, because
that you hit that man with the. Do you have points?
Look, but I'm like, let me get a kid. For me, let me get a kid.
Now you got me like. Now you got
get a kid's chicken tender.
That was us on Cinco de Mayo, so we ordered these.
Wait, I got points.
We ordered these pictures, but then when the lady came around to order food,
y'all,
Jamil got a kid's
if you know me and you know me well, you know I'm not eating when I'm drinking, and you know I'm getting a kid's meal everywhere I go.
Everywhere, period.
I need one enchilada, some beans and rice, and that's good enough.
And them 2 little quesadillas. Tore them up.
Bro, I'll be mad at y'all.
No, okay, well then you mad.
Full, like my auntie said, if I eat small, I'm gonna be small.
I'm not about to play with you.
Y'all, when she said that shit, I was like,
it is.
You gotta see me. Is. Okay, guys, last question.
Oh, God.
Last 2 questions.
Okay.
What's one generational curse that you are like you're gonna break it? Like when you have your kids, you're gonna break it, and one that you will create.
Open communication with my children.
No, I can't say that. My mom was very open. She was too open.
Ooh. I am finding out more things about my parents at almost 31. Almost. Now than I have ever known in my life. Like,
ooh, no whisper.
Like
weak.
Just like the things my mom would lie to my dad about. Things my dad didn't know was going on. Like, I'm finding out more things. And it's because they didn't communicate, but then we didn't communicate with our parents either. But we weren't taught communication. We was just... It's a life of secrecy. So when, like, you get old enough and then, like, people start telling you about, like, the family dynamic, you just be like...
I was there, but I wasn't there.
Yeah, how did I miss this? And then it makes sense because it's like, okay, well then this person fell off the face of the earth, but this is why they fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
So definitely open communication. I feel like I don't want to sweep our family. I feel like our parents and our parents' parents did this thing where we just swept everything under the rug and shit just didn't get discussed. It just got ran over and we're just starting anew. I don't want to do that. I want to like talk about it, deal with it, and then get over it and move forward.
That's like, I don't think that parents understand that. I know I may be a child, but you can also agree to disagree with me.
Absolutely.
Like, your thought doesn't have to be the final end all be all.
No.
I can have my own thought, and I don't have to be disrespectful towards you, but I can still think what I think.
Yes.
And I don't have to agree with you.
Yes.
And I would say my thing that I want to break generationally is probably, damn, I don't really know. I feel like I'm just gentle. I want to be a gentle parent. I want to be a
I think you're very gentle now.
Gentle. Yeah, but it took a long time because, and I'm thinking of animal wise because, you know, that's my training.
I think you could achieve that though.
Absolutely. I think it's there. And it comes across.
It's coming now, but my first animal that I had, I was very like, you gonna listen.
But that situation itself was different.
Well, this now, I feel like I'm a gentle parent now, but it's something that I want to try to continue because I know kids can be hateful, mean, unappreciative. And I just want to put myself in that situation to be like, I ain't gonna slap you.
Any gesture could fuck a kid up that you just really don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's certain things that I remember. Like, why you did that?
Like, you have to do me like that. That is so true. That is so true. So, that you say that because my dad, he did drugs growing up, and my mom, to this day, the reason why, like, even to this day, like, when I fall out with people, break up with people, like, I just don't tell their business, is because of how my mama did my dad when he was on drugs. She would literally come and get us in our room and come and tell us, like, come look at what your daddy is doing. And I'm just I'm not into outing people's business like that.
Y'all know regardless, me is very loyal.
Yes, no regardless of, like, if we cool and if we not cool, okay, cool.
We ended it, but it's
whatever happened between us, it's gonna stay between us. Your secrets, your whatever, like whatever story you go on and tell.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine. All good.
I'm not gonna come behind you and clean it up because the people that was there,
they know.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and they're the only people that need to know.
I can really appreciate my mom. My mom never badmouthed my dad.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like my dad, it could be time, and y'all. So it took me a while to understand some shit. Like my dad would literally tell me he on the way to come get me, and he didn't come.
Yeah,
and it ain't like no whole shit, but it was just like
no whole shit.
Yeah, I got too deep.
Bring it back.
My dad worked like he worked the schedule where it's like 4 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah,
every day. So I'm assuming coming from 4 a.m. coming from like Deer Park to Greenspoint to pick me up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, girl, listen, I thought I was gonna come.
So and it's crazy because like we don't have cell phones back then like that. You can't just talk to me like he calling the house phone. He not calling the house phone at 3 a.m. saying I'm not coming. So it's just like stuff like that. I get it now, but still, at the end of the day, my mom never said nothing bad. She's like, oh well, you know, we'll talk to him later, or she never. And it's like,
well, that's awesome.
I would find out stuff on my own, and it wouldn't even be bad stuff. But like this, like I understand now why like, if you didn't show up that time, but I would still find out. But it would just be from just learning. Yeah. She never said nothing bad, and I'm like, I appreciate that for you because. You say something bad and you'll present that person and you'll be like, damn, you was always talking about my mans, like, damn, like, you know.
my man's. But
that's funny too because like my mom, she's the complete opposite. Like she would tell us about how he ain't shit, she don't love us and all this other shit.
Not he don't love
but this is the thing that I have an issue with now at my grown age. You was doing all that but still chasing behind that man. And now that you got that man, you don't want to let that man go. So it's like, why would you go and do all that? And then stop, y'all. Why would you go and do all that? But this is the person that you end up wanting to be with.
That you really want to be with that. Like you should pass that.
That's just like we say. Like, do not go when you having issues with your man. Do not tell nobody because when you back in that man bed tonight,
we looking at you like.
I thought he was just cheating on you. He just had 2 kids.
But you told me you was coming over here because you was leaving, and I just prepared this room.
And then I checked your location, and it looked like you on this way, but you supposed to be this way. So I'm confused because that nigga house that way, but my house this way. So
keep your business to yourself.
That was specific. Ooh.
I'm just saying. That's why
it'd be real hard moving with. Not even move. When somebody got your location, you can say, I'm on the way home. No, you're not.
Ask Joshua about his location earlier.
Oh, baby. First of all, she clocking me.
Let's start there.
Mind your business.
So when you told me about your situation at the nail shop, I checked Joshua's location because I'm like, okay, well, before I tell him, let me just see where he at. Baby, he was on I-10 by 10. So then I'm like, damn. So then I started doing something and I looked down. So when I looked, initially his face was there. I did something, I turned away, I looked back, baby, he was gone. I had to zoom out. He was exiting.
Baby, first of all, I just was trying to be here on time because I feel like I'm always the one that's late. And I said I was going to be here. We said 2:30.
Between who?
Well,
us three?
We don't have time limits.
That's her. That bitch ain't different.
I'm the late friend.
Because it ain't me this time. I feel good. But I said I was going to be here at 2:30. So that was the time. I was like, woke up, set
when I saw 2:30, I was looking like this.
Ripping off your nails and tearing up the shop.
Tearing up.
That's
Got a
okay.
whole one.
I made it.
Okay, do we have another question?
No, what's one of y'all, we said what y'all gonna break and create?
Yeah.
Create? Okay, yeah. No, because the last question I think we talked about, it was like, can a generational curse lead to generational trauma?
Absolutely.
We talked about that.
Generational curse is a trauma.
It is a trauma. It's a habit.
Like,
it's whatever you want to call it, but
I think that people just need to realize, like, I do like that this time that our generation is taking therapy a little bit more seriously.
Yes.
And they're taking kind of like just
and
the way they treat people.
Our parents was like, well, therapy, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was such a negative stigma. It's not, though. Like, the things that I have learned and out-taught myself.
But you know what's crazy? Even like something that I want to create, I just thought about that, apologies. No one apologized to me.
Oh, baby, my mama. I'm sorry. She still ain't apologized
so
to me.
My therapist told me you have to be willing to move forward without ever getting an apology.
No, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is how it cursed me is I feel like I don't know how to apologize because I'll be like, well, I'm sorry, and I know it'd probably be like
dry as fuck.
It's your tone.
Be like, you sorry for what?
Because if you tell me you're sorry,
for what?
Like that.
For what?
Y'all are attacking me. And
Okay, so you have to apologize like this. Apology goes with acknowledgement, accountability, and then remorse.
I'm sorry that I was late today. I won't do it again.
So you
girl, that's trash.
First of all, why are you looking like that?
I don't know.
No.
Look, she trying to.
I'm sorry I was late today. I won't do it again.
So with like this, with one particular situation, I talked to my therapist about. She was like, so if a conversation was to be had, what would you be looking for? I was like, I would need an acknowledgement, accountability, and an apology. So she was like, let's role play about it. And we like role played about it. I need you, and it really was so simple. She was like, so if the other person was willing to say, I'm sorry I made you feel that way, not I'm sorry that you felt that way.
Oh, there's a difference.
It's all in what you're saying. I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. That was not my intention. Boom. I can move forward. Anybody who comes to me and that's their apology, I'd be like, you know what? We can move forward. It's still never not gonna look the same, but I can at least move forward with it.
Like, I don't get that shit, so I'm just like, well, okay, let's move. Let's keep moving.
We're gonna break that.
We're gonna work on it.
And as you can tell, out of all three of us, she's the one that hasn't been in therapy yet.
That was my goal for 2023 is to find a therapist. I just have not had
We're working on it. Yes.
I'm trying.
Yes. Everybody needs.
But she keep up with her doctor visits.
I do that.
So when you're looking for doctors, you need to look for psychiatrists.
I found out that the EAP program, y'all, we done found a hack. The EAP program with my job lets you go to a therapist for free for 5 sessions for one topic. I could switch topics and get another 5 free sessions.
So what would be your topics?
Anxiety is one.
Depression.
I'm probably just razzle-dazzle. I'm about to kill this bitch. I
Suicide.
Girl, I hate my job.
Anger.
That's 20 sessions. That's a year.
That's trying to finesse the system.
For free.
She's a finesser. She ain't nothing else.
First of all, that's lit though.
That is cool.
No, for real. Like, they told us that on our little touch point or whatever.
People using the system every day. It's us that's not using it.
And I need that. The EAP probably do that Monday. I took a picture. I took a picture for real, y'all.
Okay, see, it's a progress.
It's a step. I would do it. Okay.
Screenshots get lost real easy, but okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of pictures on my phone, but it's okay.
It's never what's in your album. It's always what's in your hidden.
And with that, we're gonna say bye. We're gonna leave.
This has been great.
We had a great episode.
I will be turning 31 on Thursday. Woo!
Yay! It's Taurus season.
It is, and we are going to Austin on Friday.
That's what I said. We're not gonna make it, y'all.
Us three.
You in Austin too?
Yes, we're gonna
load it up. Family trip.
Family trip.
You forgot.
I don't know what's going on.
No, because I originally told Chris, I was like, we should record on the way to Austin, but
why did I think of that too?
That would be
I think we should.
That's gonna be like a hidden episode.
Yeah,
like
that's like a random
fun.
drop release, like on.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Stay tuned.
We'll just
stay tuned.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next episode, and Jamil's gonna go get her nails done.
Yes.